Good morning friends, welcome to the pre-market. We'll start with the global market commentary checkup. We'll start first with the US markets and the news surrounding it. It ended, Dow Jones ended 30 points down. The FOMC minutes just started yesterday with the two-day program. Yesterday, the US Fed governor has said that they are finally going to conclude and stop kind of the bond buying program this month. So the last $10 billion would be kind of come out in this month, and from next month they would be not printing any more new currency and buying any bonds. But on the other side, she has said that the interest rates, which are lower almost to the zero levels, would remain for a considerable amount of time. So that's again actually a very good news for the world markets. That initially it was as planned that in the summer of 2015, it was planning that they were planning to raise the interest rates in the US. But as per her comments, it says shows that it requires more time, and that will definitely help the other countries, especially the emerging markets. Now coming back to the Asian indices, kind of Asian markets are flat to positive. Nikkei is up, Hang Seng is down. It's not a much kind of movement, but it's a flattish tone. Singapore Nifty futures is down by almost 15 points as of now trading. On the FII update, yesterday the FII bought stocks, like these are the provisional figures, stocks they have been purchased are 785 crores. This is again the good news. FIIs have been sellers throughout the first kind of a couple of weeks. Domestic investors have been sellers to the tune of 505 crores. So this is the kind of the global market checkup. Now I'll give it to Sadhana for the derivative market checkup. Thanks.
Good morning friends, let's have a view on derivatives. From past couple of trading sessions, we have seen that Nifty is continuously trading with positive bias, and yesterday also the Indian benchmark indices showed an enthusiastic performance on penultimate day of October FM series expiries. And we have seen that many of the blue chip counters like Tata Steel, Tata Motors, DLF, Jindal Steel, they were top gainers in yesterday's trade. And Nifty finally snapped its session at 8089 levels with a gain of 0.61%. From 2 days, we have seen that Nifty's open interest is increased by 30%. Yesterday also it was increased by 14%. It was increased from 2 crore 39 lakhs to 2 crore 71 lakhs. Approximately 65,000 contracts were added in Nifty futures. Also, Nifty futures price is increased by 50%, which is clearly indicating that people are accumulating long positions in the market. And cost of carry decreased by 120% from 28.99 to minus 5.86. Also, Nifty futures went into a discount of approximately 1.20 rupees. PCR is increased significantly by 8% from 9.3 to 1, which is clearly indicating it is a positive sign for the market. And yes, in yesterday's trade, put option has added huge number of shares than call option. Put option has added approximately 42 lakh shares in open interest. India VIX was down by 2.40% from 13.32 to 30%. In the options activity, we have seen that since start of the series, we have noticed that earlier 7,800 was having highest number of shares in open interest. Then activity was shifted to 7,900 put option. Then now 8,000 put option is most active. It is standing with highest number of shares in open interest. But in yesterday's trade, 8,100 has added significant number of shares in open interest, which we can see approximately 130% shares were added in 8,100 put option. Simultaneously, in call option, we have seen that 8,000 as well as 8,100 has reduced its shares in open interest. There are 3 securities in bank period today. One is India Real Estate, second is Unitech, third is TMR Infra. And FIs were net buys of approximately 4,000 odd crores in future and option segment. Yesterday there were net buys of 2,166 crore in index futures. From past couple of trading sessions, we have noticed that FIs are heavily accumulating long positions in index futures, due to which Nifty has taken support at lower levels and it is moving towards upward direction. So we may see more upside from these levels also. And there were net buys of 1,932 crore index options, They were net sellers of 60 crores in stock futures and they were net sellers of 85 crores in stock options. Our 5-day CVM stands at 8050. Lower range for the market would be 8050 and higher range would be 8150. Today, being an expiry day, we may see Nifty expiry would be approximately between 8050 to 8100 levels. And Singapore Nifty November future is down by 13 points, which is at 8127. We may see huge intraday whipsaws ahead of expiry date. That's it from derivatives. Thank you.
So friends, welcome back. Let's have a look at the pre-market action ideas and updates from the advisory desk. Would we have a big news coming from the government side was yesterday that they have cabinet has approved the relaxation in the FDI in the construction and the realty sector. Now the proposal to kind of relax the built-up area. Now that was floor space area, which went down from kind of 50,000 square meters to 20,000 square meters. Now initially the 50,000 square meters was a bit hindrance for the real estate sector as a whole, because in a city like Mumbai or in the central Delhi, it was tough to find such a big space to kind of develop the property on. But certain changes has been done, which is definitely positive for the foreign investors. The lock-in period has been relaxed. NRIs can kind of exit the project after a 3-year period or once they find a suitable buyer and can repatriate the funds back to their country. Based on this, we have kind of action to be taken is along on the real estate as well as housing finance companies. From the action in the real estate sector, we like Puravan Kara, stop loss of 95, target 101. We also like IB Housing Finance at the CMP of 397, stop loss 392, target 408 and 412 on the upside. We also like LIC Housing Finance at CMP 339 with a stop loss of 334 and targets on the upside 347 and 350 on the intraday basis. These are the important results that are going to be announced today. We'll start with the first one, Ambuja Cements. The estimated PAT 266 crores. ACC, we have estimated PAT at 198 crores. ICICI Bank 2713 crores. Maruti 837 crores. Yes Bank 450 crores is the estimated PAT. We have Titan, estimated PAT is 259 crores, and the last is Bharti Airtel today, estimated PAT 1130 crores. On the watch list with stocks with positive bias, we have Havels, JSW Energy and Underbank that looks positive for the intraday base. On the negative bias, we have Bharti Airtel and PFC. Other news and updates we have is on the kind of e-commerce companies, Amazon and Snapdeals, Flipkart. They are the they are the onslaught of the kind of companies. Stand-on Apparel's Arvind, Shopper Stop are building their own online platforms. So looking at these companies which are kind of doing great business, the kind of stand-on retail companies like Arvind, Shopper Stop are also planning to kind of aggressively push for their online platform to sustain and maintain the kind of customer loyalty. Now with the deregulation of prices, the private leader like Reliance Industries, SR Oil and Shell will return to the market that has been the preserve for the public sector companies. So now as the deregulation has finally happened in petrol and diesel, it has opened almost bigger market share for the private companies. Tech Mahindra has reported a 14% kind of a growth in the second quarter net profit at 70 crores on a strong operational performance, but was impacted a bit by a forex loss. But profit in the previous quarter was 630 crores, so that's definitely on a profitability front, it has done a better job on a YOY basis. Dr. Reddy Reps has just kind of declared the results yesterday during market hours and almost closed the market at 16% decline in the net profit at 574 crores in the quarter ended as compared to 690 crores. Now he's taken a big hit in the profitability front. We might see some kind of a negative opening in the Dr. Reddy shares. India Bulls Power plans to bid for coal blocks that have been auctioned, and has no plans to bring in a strategic partner or to sell a stake to a foreign kind of company or to kind of grow organically. So that's definitely, as an India Pulse group, it's a good news that the IB Power has a kind of some power projects generating coming up, and this will definitely benefit the company in the long run going ahead. That's it, friends. Thank you and have a great trading session today.